What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Thompson Twins. And indeed, we're back for the big one. We're back for a tune I've been looking forward to, though I was told as I began the deep dive and started to go through their catalog, which I had not heard in large part, to not keep mentioning this tune. So again, I've been trying to obey that request. Nevertheless, we are back for Hold Me Now, a track I certainly knew back in the day, and as I got older, it's a song that, you know, as you get older, become a teenager, and you have your first romantic and sexual experiences, you begin to understand the depth of songs that maybe before, you know, conceptually you get them, but you don't feel them, you don't know them in the same way that you do as an adult. So this is certainly one of those tunes. You know, I've had girlfriends where years later, you know, you look at a picture and it's like, man, you know, I remember like when we took that and, you know, your whole world was different and things seemed, you know, just fantastic. And then the passage of time and commemorations take on new meanings. And even if, you know, in some cases maybe it wasn't super acrimonious, but maybe it just didn't work out. And so, you know, seeing that commemoration can, you know, not only make you recall the time and place when it comes from, but also, again, the passage of time, the way that people's lives come together, go back apart, and so on. But it's another one of those songs that I think is very clever in the way it's written, in that it starts like, oh, you know, this picture on the wall, but, you know, like our love, it's all tattered and torn. And then you hear later that, you know, well, this is just one of those games that we play and we just have to do it this way. And so you realize that, you know, this is kind of a back and forth. And again, you know, without getting into long, unimportant details, I was in a relationship that was about 6 years long, and there was some off and on in there. And it was like, you know, we were great together, but then we'd sort of, you know, drift apart or, you know, get into a tiff that would lead to some time apart, but then we'd end up back together again, and this went on again and again. So I do know what it's like to be in a relationship where it almost feels like, you know, even when something happens and you're angry at the other person, it's, you know, it's part of our rhythm, it's part of the way we are together. So that line that this is just one of these games that we play, I remember when I, again, got older and I realized the essence of that line. It was like, man, like, you know, I know that, like, I have felt that. So yeah, it's a tune that, again, I enjoyed sonically when I heard it as a kid, and yeah, as I've gotten older, I've come to appreciate it even more. So yeah, like I said, as we got into the Thompson Twins deep dive, I was looking forward to this. So with no further ado, let's get it. This is Thompson Twins, Hold Me Now, from the 1984. For some reason, I'm suddenly like second guessing that. It is 1984, right? Yeah, 1984 album, Into the Gap. It just makes me think of my childhood. Just into my wall, an image of you and of me, and we're laughing, we're loving it all. Look at our life now, we're tattered and torn. We fuss and we fight and delight and the tears, and we cry until dawn. Percussion on this track in particular, creative, compelling, like castanets, chimes, xylophones. Both of us searching for some perfect world we know we'll never find. So perhaps I should leave here, yeah, go far away. Vocals too. But you know that there's nowhere that I'd rather be than with you here today. And there's the truth. Hold me now. that bass right.
This is just one of those games that we play.
Filthy funky.
So I sing you a new song. Please don't cry anymore.
That's like the whole gamut.
I won't ask your forgiveness, though I don't know just what I'm asking.
It's the whole gamut of a relationship. In one track. As a kid, I was like, how did he sing like that? But that's the female, right? As a kid, I didn't get that, but the sonic layering. It's such a masterpiece, and as I'm listening to it in this context, what was jumping out to me is it's simultaneously very artsy and creative, and yet very catchy, and it makes perfect sense to me that it was a major hit. Like, it's very accessible and catchy, and yet it's so creative, and all the different types of percussion and the layering of the different instruments. So yeah, it's one of those tracks that manages to be both like critically impressive and yet also very catchy and bound to be a popular hit. So if you can somehow manage to combine those things, that's a special piece of music. So like I said, was looking forward to this one, and it was every bit as good as I've known it over the years. Though again, as I started to do these reactions, and you think about certain tunes when you start reacting to groups, like, oh man, I'm looking forward to that. I went out of my way once we started the Thompson Twins deep dive not to listen to this tune. So it's been at least a year or so. It's been a while. And yeah, it was even better than I've remembered it over the years. So which again, it's a testament to doing these videos, is you just force yourself to listen to different parts and just be really in the moment. And it's when you do that with music, especially really good music, you have special experiences. So again, shout out to Han Solo for sharing this. Shout out to all the champions of the channel for sharing the different artists and allowing us to go on these different deep dives. And shout out to all the people who've been commenting on the Thompson Twins. So yeah, really enjoyed that one. Do let me know what you think. I'll see you next time. Peace.